Do you have to use weight to build muscle? No, absolutely not. You could use just your body weight and gain a substantial amount of muscle. If you're someone who prefers to do bodyweight exercises or doesn't have access to gym machines or weights to use, then here are the top 5 best bodyweight exercises to hit every muscle in the body. I've tried to make this list with using the least amount of equipment as possible, but sometimes you will need to use a bar here and there or one specific type of machine. But none of the equipment requires weight or extra weight to be added. So the first exercise to target your lats, your traps, and your biceps is a pull-up. The equipment required here is obviously the bar, but there is no weight to be needed. Pull-ups are one of those true test of strength exercises that are just such a fantastic back builder as well, that I would recommend anyone put into their workout plan even if you have machines available. You can change your grip from overhand, underhand, narrow or wide grip depending on whichever you find most comfortable, and unlike a lot of the other bodyweight exercises, pull-ups are really difficult, so they're a fantastic exercise to slowly progressively overload. And if you can't do a bodyweight pull-up, then you could use the assisted machine, but you could also rest your feet on something or use resistance bands. If someone told me you could pick one bodyweight exercise for the rest of your life, it would be a pull-up. Now the second bodyweight exercise for your chest, triceps, and front delt is a push-up. A push-up is just the body weight version of like a barbell bench press or a dumbbell bench press or something like this. The great thing about push-ups is you can also mess around with the variation you're doing. So you could do a more narrow grip to target more triceps. You could do a pike push-up to target more delts than chest, and even the side delt will get targeted here. Or you can do my favorite variation of push-ups, the deficit push-up. This is where you use 2 small platforms either side of you to make the stretch at the bottom of the push-up that much deeper and make the exercise a lot harder. So this is great to use if you're trying to progressively overload without adding more weight. The third bodyweight exercise is the tricep dip, typically done on a tricep dip machine. However, if you don't have access to that, you can just use a chair or your sofa at home and just do them off of that. It may be a little bit more uncomfortable, but it's still going to work the muscles the same. And the great thing about tricep dips is you're not only targeting your triceps, which is fantastic at doing, but you're also going to hit the lower chest. And if you set up without sticking your chest all the way out and actually tucking in a little bit, facing downwards and bringing your elbows tucked in and close together, then this is going to be great to target the lower chest, as well as a tiny bit of front delt, but mainly triceps and lower chest. And as a bonus exercise for your abs, leg raises, or as a substitute, toe touches. Hanging leg raises will obviously require a bar, just like the pull-ups will. However, if you have no equipment whatsoever, you can just do standard toe touches. These are a fantastic ab exercise. That's upper body covered. Let's head down to the lower body and see which exercises we have. So the fourth exercise in this video is the walking lunge. This is another one I recommend to people, even if you have all the equipment in the world available. Walking lunges are such a solid exercise for your quads and glutes. And depending which you want to bias more, you can lean forward more if you want to target more glute. But if you want to bias a bit more quad, then stay more upright. Remember, if you want to target more quad, you want more knee flexion. Basically, you want as much knee bend as possible. Whereas if you're trying to target more glute, you want more hip bend than knee bend. So leaning forward or staying upright will just allow you to bend at the knee or bend at the hip more. Walking lunges are just the best. You can do them outside, inside, with lots of space or no space at all, and you can get a serious stretch on the quads or the glutes depending on which you're trying to bias. And now the fifth and final exercise that's going to target your hamstrings and a bit of glutes as well is the hyperextension. This is the only exercise where you kind of will need the machine to do this. The hyperextension is essentially a replication of the Romanian deadlift. The movement is exactly the same, it's just a little bit easier in the setup and to perform. A cool thing on this machine is that if you want to target a bit more glutes, round your upper back and shorten your range of motion. So the hyperextension machine is fantastic for hamstrings and glutes. And also the missing muscle, I guess, that's your spinal erectors, your lower back, is also going to get trained during a hyperextension. So you can tick that one off as well. And for you freaks out there who still want to train your calves, then you can just do standing or seated calf raises. This is probably the easiest exercise to do. So there you go. If you're someone that loves bodyweight exercises or has no access to equipment, use those 5 exercises to train your entire body and build a really strong muscular physique. The way you would progressively progressively overload is either by making the exercise slowly harder over time by adjusting the setup slightly, or simply by increasing repetitions as you aren't able to increase the weight used. But that's no issue. Progressive overload is progressive overload no matter the form it comes in. So if you increase the amount of reps or the amount of steps you're doing, you're still going to progress and you're still going to build muscle. Hope this helps. Let me know if you're a body weight or weighted type of guy in the comments. Make sure to add some of those into your workout plan. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.